All right, guys, today on Grow the Earth, we're going to talk about peppers. And we're going to go over a little bit of what they need to germinate, and also, whenever you're planting them in the garden, how you want to plant these and how you want to support them. Because if you've only done tomatoes or other varieties, they're slightly different but the same also. All right, guys, so starting out, we've got 2 peppers in this pot here, and you can separate these just like most other plants because they're not really picky about having their roots disturbed. Most peppers are not. But to get these guys to germinate, it needs to be fairly warm because that is what breaks their dormancy on the seed. So whenever you're planting these, I think that our greenhouse was probably in the 75 to 80 degree range when these things germinated because we actually closed it up and used the heat from the lights to keep it warm. Well, we always plant 2 in a cell like this because we want to make sure that we get at least the one that we want. If we get an extra one, then, even better. So we're going to start with separating these 2 out. I've already got a hole dug here for each one, and we've got a little green stake. And these things are wonderful for things like peppers and beans, especially like a bush bean, because we have bush beans that whenever they grow, they usually tend to fall over. So if you'll put one of these next to it and stake it, you won't have as many issues, because we also have the same issue with these peppers, is they wanted to, as they got taller, the wind wanted to push them around and make them fall. So I've already put my stake in, I've already dug my hole, I've already got a little bit of fertilizer down in the hole also. So when we separate these, wow, look at those roots, guys. That's pretty awesome. I didn't think to see that we'd have that many roots. But you're just going to take your thumbs and put them right in between the 2 and just kind of pull outward. And whenever you'll see where they want to separate. And don't be too scared if you pop a couple of roots. It's not going to hurt anything. But they'll find their way where they're going to separate. Now, just like with a tomato, you can plant peppers deeper than what they germinate at. It's not going to hurt them. They will root along their stem. With these, we're not going to do that because, as you can see, they're not very tall. In our greenhouse, with the lights that we have, it really makes them concentrate on roots and not so much everything above it. So we have a smaller plant but with very good roots. So now when it comes outside, it's just going to take off because it's already got its root system. So we're going to put this down in here, and we're going to just kind of make sure that is about at the same level. Whenever we plant these, we don't want any of the leaf nodes to be actually below the surface because what that can cause damping off, and that can also cause disease. So we're going to put these guys right at soil level and make sure that our soil doesn't come too high up on our stem. Whenever these things start to grow up, we're going to tie them off. And what we use here, and this is what we use for our tomatoes and our peppers both, it is nothing more than elastic waistband. It's just 1/4 inch wide stuff, or I think it's like 5 millimeter if you're looking for the millimeter equivalent. And we got like a roll of this stuff off of eBay or Amazon. I can't remember which one, because it was just simply cheaper to buy it there. And we could get it in a large roll. As you can see, we're about halfway through this roll, and we've already been 3 seasons on this stuff. This is not very expensive. I think this whole roll cost me like 10 or 15 bucks. And the only bad thing is once you put it around there and it spends the season outside, it's usually done for. The elastic is all done for, so it is not reusable. but it works very well because what it does is when you tie it around it, you're going to leave it a little bit loose, and as the plant grows, it will actually stretch, and it won't cut into the stem like a baling twine or a thistle rope, or any of the number of things that people use to tie up things. I know that a lot of people use the little green plastic staking stuff, but I usually find that stuff usually stretches too easily, especially like with tomatoes. When they start getting really, really tall, they get kind of heavy, and this will give to a certain point and stop, where the plastic will just keep going, then it'll rip. But this is one of those things that I came across off another YouTuber, and it has worked wonderful for us. Like I said, it won't cut into your stems. It will allow your plants to continue to grow. Because the bad thing about the baler's twine or other stuff like that is, if they get tight around your plant, it'll start digging into the epidermis of the plant, and it will actually starve the nutrients from the upper part of the plant wherever that tight spot is. So with this, we get to avoid that. All right, guys, so this is going to be just a short video about peppers. And again, there are probably more methods to planting these than any one of us could imagine, because of just different people come across different things. I just want you guys to pray over your family, pray over your garden. Ask God to come into your life and be your Savior, and to just fully take your heart, and have a great day.